There is something magical about walking into a tiny house that feels much larger than it actually is. At first glance from the outside, a tiny home may seem modest, compact, and maybe even limited in what it can offer. But step inside, and you realize just how cleverly designed these homes can be, with smart layouts, multifunctional furniture, and thoughtful use of space. A tiny house can feel spacious, comfortable, and incredibly inviting. The charm lies not just in the aesthetics, but in the way every inch is used with intention, creating a sense of openness and freedom in a space that might be only a few hundred square feet. Touring such a house makes you rethink everything you thought you knew about size and comfort. The moment you walk through the door, the first impression is often surprise. Instead of feeling cramped, the home feels light and airy. This is usually achieved through the use of high ceilings, large windows, and an open floor plan. A small home that incorporates tall ceilings instantly feels bigger because your eyes are drawn upward, giving the illusion of more room. Skylights or clear-story windows flood the space with natural light, further enhancing the feeling of openness. Natural light is one of the most powerful tools in making a small space feel expansive, and tiny home designers rely on it heavily to transform their interiors. Another feature that makes these homes feel larger than they are is the use of multifunctional furniture. For example, a sofa may double as a pull-out guest bed, or a dining table might fold up against the wall when not in use. Beds are often elevated into loft spaces, freeing up valuable square footage below for living or working areas. Some designs incorporate hidden storage under staircases or benches, ensuring that clutter is kept out of sight and the main living areas remain uncluttered. By maximizing functionality, tiny homes eliminate unnecessary bulk, and the space feels more open and efficient. Storage solutions are particularly impressive in tiny homes that feel huge. Cabinets that extend to the ceiling, hidden drawers under the floor, and modular shelving systems ensure that every item has its place, instead of clutter piling up. These homes encourage intentional living, where everything you own is carefully chosen and neatly stored. This creates a sense of calm and order, which naturally makes the space feel more spacious. People are often amazed at how much storage can be incorporated without sacrificing style or comfort. The kitchen in a tiny house is another area where smart design makes a huge difference. Instead of shrinking to a minimal size, many tiny home kitchens are designed to feel full-sized, with clever use of galley layouts or L-shaped counters. Compact appliances that perform just as well as their larger counterparts are installed seamlessly. Pull-out cutting boards, slide-out pantries, and wall-mounted racks ensure that the kitchen functions efficiently without overwhelming the space. Often, kitchens open directly into the living area, creating an inviting flow and making the entire home feel unified. Bathrooms in tiny homes also challenge expectations. Instead of cramped, boxy designs, many use sliding barn doors, walk-in showers with glass walls, and floating vanities to create an illusion of more space. Clever placement of mirrors reflects light and expands the perception of size. Some bathrooms even incorporate skylights to make them feel more luxurious. Touring one of these homes, you realize that compact doesn't have to mean uncomfortable. One of the biggest factors that makes a tiny house feel huge is the seamless connection between indoor and outdoor living. Many tiny homes are designed with French doors, large sliding doors, or even garage-style openings that extend the living space onto a deck or patio. This indoor-outdoor flow not only increases usable space but also makes the home feel like it is part of its surroundings. When the weather is nice, the outside essentially doubles as your living room, and suddenly a few hundred square feet feels like a lot. More designers also pay close attention to color schemes when creating tiny homes that feel spacious. Light neutral palettes like whites, creams, and light grays reflect light and open up the space. Pops of color are used sparingly through decor or accent walls, adding character without overwhelming the senses. The choice of materials also plays a role. Natural wood finishes, sleek metals, and glass elements are often combined to create visual interest without cluttering the space. These subtle choices in design details work together to create a feeling of expansion. Loft spaces are another hallmark of tiny homes that feel larger than life. Sleeping areas are often elevated above the main living area, accessed by stairs or ladders. This frees up the ground level for other uses, like a living room, dining area, or workspace. Because the loft is tucked away, it feels private and cozy, while the main floor benefits from the additional space. High ceilings in these loft areas make them feel less like crawl spaces and more like legitimate bedrooms. One of the most impressive parts of touring a tiny home that feels huge is the creativity involved in every design decision. For example, some homes use pocket doors instead of swinging doors to save precious space. Others install fold-down desks or Murphy beds to transform rooms as needed. Even the placement of windows is carefully considered strategically. Placing them opposite one another allows for cross-ventilation and creates the impression of openness. Every feature feels intentional, and this thoughtfulness is what makes the home feel much bigger than it measures. Another factor is how these homes prioritize minimalism without sacrificing comfort. Many people who live in tiny homes embrace the philosophy of living with less. By eliminating unnecessary possessions, they create an environment where the focus is on experiences rather than things. This lifestyle naturally makes the home feel more spacious, because there is no clutter to weigh it down. Touring one of these homes often inspires visitors to think about their own living spaces differently, imagining how much freer life could feel with less excess. Entertainment and socializing are not forgotten in these designs either. Living areas are often designed around multifunctional seating, with couches that convert into beds or benches with hidden storage. Foldable dining tables expand to accommodate guests and then tuck away when not needed. Outdoor decks are furnished with weather-resistant seating and often become the preferred gathering place. Despite their small size, these homes are built with hosting in mind, proving that you don't need a sprawling house to enjoy time with friends and family. Technology in some tiny homes also contributes to the sense of space and luxury. Smart home systems control lighting, temperature, and entertainment with ease. Compact but high-quality appliances perform just as well as their larger versions, while being tailored to fit smaller footprints. Energy-efficient features like solar panels, composting toilets, and water-saving systems also highlight the sustainability aspect, showing that these homes are not just about space, but about living smarter. Touring such a home feels like stepping into a model of the future, where efficiency and style go hand in hand. The location of many tiny homes adds to their charm, often placed in scenic settings, like forests, mountains, or near lakes. These homes use their surroundings as an extension of their space. Large windows frame stunning views, turning the natural world outside into part of the decor. Waking up in a loft with a window overlooking a forest, canopy, or enjoying dinner with the home feel larger because the boundaries between indoors and outdoors dissolve. Another fascinating aspect is the cost-effectiveness of tiny homes. While the obsession with large houses often equates size with value, tiny homes prove that smart design is worth more than square footage. They are often more affordable, easier to maintain, and allow people to live mortgage-free or with minimal debt. Touring one of these homes can be eye-opening, showing that you don't need thousands of square feet to live comfortably. In fact, many people find that they feel freer and happier in smaller, well-designed spaces. At the heart of the experience of touring a tiny house that feels huge is the sense of wonder. How can such a small structure provide so much comfort, functionality, and beauty? The answer lies in the creativity, intentionality, and passion of the designers who refuse to see limitations in small spaces. Instead, they see opportunities to innovate and redefine what home means. For visitors, walking through these homes is both surprising and inspiring, sparking ideas about how to bring some of these design principles into their own living spaces. In the end, what makes a tiny house that feels huge so captivating is not just its clever use of space, but the philosophy it represents. It shows that bigger is not always better, and that with thoughtful design, even the smallest spaces can feel luxurious, spacious, and full of possibility. Touring such a home is an experience that leaves you with a new perspective, reminding you that comfort and happiness come not from square footage, but from how well a space is designed to serve your life.